calendar has turned, a new year is underway, and even calm spring training getting closer by the day, the Dodgers are still very much at the center of the free agency conversation. What was supposed to be a quieter offseason has already delivered surprises, and it feels like the front office is far from done adjusting this roster with the goal of staying on top of the league. One thing that changed the tone of the winter was the aggressive move to bring in Edwin Diaz on a massive deal. That signing alone showed that, despite public messaging about being cautious, the Dodgers are willing to strike when the opportunity makes sense. Since then, speculation has only grown around which position player could be next, and several high-profile names continue to be linked to Los Angeles as they remain without a contract. Kyle Tucker is one of those names that just keeps hovering around the Dodgers. He is viewed across the league as a potential difference-maker, and the idea of adding his bat to an already dangerous lineup is enough to make opposing teams uneasy. Tucker would instantly deepen the middle of the order and give the Dodgers another proven offensive force as they chase history and look to extend their championship run even further. Internally, the appeal is clear, but the structure of any potential deal remains a key factor, especially given the team's preference for flexibility. There's been talk that the Dodgers would feel more comfortable with a shorter-term agreement rather than committing to a long, restrictive contract. That approach aligns with recent history and reflects a broader strategy of maintaining roster adaptability year after year. Tucker fits that mold if the terms line up correctly, and that is why his name refuses to fade from the conversation in Los Angeles. At the same time, another familiar name continues to resurface, and that is Cody Bellinger. The idea of a reunion carries emotional weight for fans and practical questions for the organization. Bellinger's journey with the Dodgers was filled with highs that included individual awards and championship moments, followed by a difficult ending that saw him leave without much ceremony. Bringing him back would be complicated, but not impossible. From a baseball standpoint, Bellinger still offers qualities that are valuable to this roster. His ability to move across all outfield spots and handle first base adds a layer of versatility that managers crave over a long season. While Tucker may project as the more consistent offensive threat, Bellinger brings defensive flexibility and positional coverage that could help balance the lineup, especially if injuries or slumps arise. The Dodgers are weighing more than just talent. Fit, contract length, and long-term planning are all part of the equation. A shorter commitment could make either option more appealing, but the front office is clearly taking its time, monitoring the market and waiting for the right opening rather than forcing a move. While position player rumors continue to swirl, there's also plenty of attention on the pitching side, particularly when it comes to Roki Sasaki. Expectations were sky-high when he arrived, and his rookie season did not unfold as smoothly as many envisioned. Early struggles, combined with a shoulder issue, kept him from finding consistency, and his role shifted dramatically as the year progressed. Despite the setbacks, the way Sasaki finished the season changed the narrative around him. Transitioning into a bullpen role late in the year, he showed poise and effectiveness, delivering scoreless outings and carrying that momentum into the postseason. His ability to handle pressure moments, including extended relief appearances, gave the Dodgers another weapon when it mattered most. That late-season surge has fueled optimism heading into the upcoming year. Sasaki has openly acknowledged that he wants to contribute more and be a bigger presence moving forward. The expectation is that he will be stretched back out and given every opportunity to reclaim a spot in the rotation, which is already loaded with talent and depth. Managing that rotation will be one of the biggest challenges for the coaching staff. With multiple established arms and several younger pitchers pushing for innings, creativity will be required to keep everyone sharp and healthy. The competition should elevate the group, but it also means difficult decisions are inevitable as roles are defined. Another layer to Sasaki's situation involves international play. There has been buzz about his potential inclusion on Japan's preliminary roster for the upcoming World Baseball Classic. While representing his country is a tremendous honor, the Dodgers are naturally cautious given his recent injury history and the importance of having him fully prepared for the season ahead. Sasaki has already experienced the intensity of that tournament and knows what it takes to compete on that stage. Whether he ultimately participates or not, the focus right now is on building durability, refining his mechanics, and ensuring that he can handle a heavier workload over the course of a full year. All of this underscores how active and complex this phase of the offseason remains for the Dodgers. Between weighing major free agent bats, considering reunions with familiar faces, and managing the development of key pitchers, the front office is juggling multiple paths at once. Every decision ties back to the same objective, keeping the Dodgers positioned as the team everyone else is chasing as the season draws closer. As the Dodgers continue scanning the market for the right offensive upgrade, the conversation has gradually expanded beyond the outfield and into the infield, where versatility and impact remain key themes. Even after making a bold move earlier in the offseason, the sense around the league is that the front office is still exploring every possible angle to strengthen a lineup that showed flashes of dominance, but also moments of inconsistency when the stakes were highest. One of the more intriguing possibilities involves a star infielder who has spent most of his career at shortstop, but has already shown the ability to adapt when needed. The Dodgers are firmly committed to keeping Mookie Betts at shortstop, which means any incoming player would need to be comfortable adjusting roles. That is not viewed as a major obstacle internally, especially when the player in question has already demonstrated that he can handle second base at the highest level and look natural doing it. From an offensive standpoint, this type of addition would immediately change the dynamic of the lineup. The Dodgers have leaned heavily on left-handed power and on-base skills, but adding a right-handed hitter with consistent contact ability would provide balance and protection throughout the order. This is especially appealing given how often opposing teams leaned on left-handed pitching matchups late in games last season. There's also a long-term component to consider. The Dodgers are constantly thinking 2 or 3 seasons ahead, and bringing in an infielder who could settle in a second base now and potentially slide to third base down the road fits neatly into that vision. Flexibility has become a cornerstone of how this roster is built, allowing the team to adjust as players age, contracts expire, or unexpected needs arise. Health, however, is part of the evaluation. While the production is undeniable, durability has been an ongoing discussion point. The Dodgers are known for investing heavily in performance science and player maintenance, but committing to any long-term deal requires confidence that a player can stay on the field consistently. That balance between elite talent and availability is something the front office weighs carefully before making a major commitment. Financial expectations also play a significant role. The market for a player of this caliber typically points toward a lengthy and expensive contract, and that may not align perfectly with the Dodgers' preferred approach. Shorter-term deals with higher annual value have become more appealing to the organization, giving them room to maneuver while still competing at the highest level every year. If the market shifts or expectations soften, that is when the Dodgers are most likely to act. For now, the outfield remains the most pressing need, especially after a season where defensive issues and inconsistent production stood out. Only one outfielder truly delivered steady value throughout the year, and that reality has shaped how the front office is prioritizing its resources. Improving defense on the corners while adding another reliable bat is still viewed as the cleanest way to raise the team's overall ceiling. That said, the beauty of the Dodgers roster construction is that it allows for multiple solutions. With players capable of moving between positions and covering ground in different parts of the field, adding an infielder does not necessarily close the door on future outfield moves. It simply gives the team more options and more ways to adapt as the season unfolds. This approach reflects a broader philosophy that has defined the Dodgers over the past several years. Rather than locking themselves into rigid plans, they prefer to stay opportunistic, ready to strike when value appears, and comfortable waiting when the market does not align with their vision. It is a strategy that has kept them competitive year after year, even as the rest of the league tries to catch up. As spring training inches closer, the sense of anticipation continues to build. Fans are eager to see which rumors turn into reality and how the final pieces of the roster come together. Every potential move carries ripple effects, impacting lineup construction, defensive alignment, and even pitching usage over the course of a long season. What remains clear is that the Dodgers are not finished shaping this team. Whether the next move comes in the form of a powerful outfielder, a versatile infielder, or a calculated depth addition, it will be made with the same calculated confidence that has defined this era of Dodgers baseball, keeping the organization firmly in the spotlight as the new season approaches. Behind the scenes, the Dodgers are also closely evaluating how internal options fit into the bigger picture, because not every solution has to come from outside the organization. Young players who gained experience last season are expected to take another step forward, and that internal growth could influence how aggressive the team ultimately becomes in free agency. If certain players show improvement defensively or more consistency at the plate, it gives the front office additional leverage to be patient rather than reactive. This internal competition is especially relevant when it comes to roster balance. The Dodgers value having interchangeable pieces who can cover multiple roles without weakening the lineup. That mindset allows them to withstand injuries, rest veterans, and experiment with matchups over the course of the season. Any new addition must fit into that philosophy, not just statistically, but stylistically as well, blending into a clubhouse that places a premium on preparation and adaptability. There's also a psychological element at play. Adding another established star sends a message, not just to fans, but to the rest of the league. It reinforces the idea that the Dodgers are never satisfied with past success and are always looking for the next edge. That kind of pressure can impact opponents long before the first pitch is thrown, shaping expectations and matchups throughout the year. At the same time, the Dodgers are mindful of maintaining chemistry. This group has been through postseason battles together, and the front office is careful about disrupting that balance unless the upside is undeniable. Integrating new personalities, especially high-profile ones, requires confidence that they will enhance the culture rather than distract from it. That evaluation goes beyond numbers and into how a player handles adversity, preparation, and team dynamics. All of these layers make the current moment especially fascinating. Every rumor, every reported check-in, and every passing day without a signing adds to the intrigue. The Dodgers are navigating a complex web of possibilities, fully aware that one move can shift the direction of the entire season, and that patience, just as much as boldness, can be the difference between simply contending and truly separating themselves from the rest of it. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers are already rippling through the baseball world after EMMANUEL CLASE reportedly touched down in Los Angeles and immediately made his presence felt. The renowned closer, whose reputation for locking down games in high-pressure situations precedes him, is said to have taken command in the ninth inning right away, sparking excitement among Dodgers insiders and fans alike. Though nothing has been officially confirmed beyond his arrival, sources suggest that the Dodgers are looking to leverage CLASE's electric arm to solidify the back end of their bullpen, a move that could have far-reaching implications for the team's strategy as the season progresses. CLASE's track record speaks for itself. An elite strikeout artist with the uncanny ability to navigate the most precarious situations without breaking a sweat. In theory, pairing him with the Dodgers' formidable rotation could create a late-game combination that opponents would find nightmarish. And there's already talk that the front office sees him as the missing piece to transform close contests into near certainties. Speculation is swirling that CLASE's presence could also influence managerial decisions on when to pull starters and how to structure innings, effectively reshaping the way Los Angeles approaches high-leverage moments. Meanwhile, fans are buzzing on social media, dissecting every snippet of information and reading between the lines of cryptic announcements. If the reports hold true, CLASE could instantly become a focal point of discussion among analysts, not just for his on-field performance, but for the ripple effect his addition could cause across the National League. Questions abound. How will he mesh with the current bullpen? Will the Dodgers be aggressive in leveraging his dominance to close tight games, or will they ease him into a larger role? The uncertainty is part of the allure, fueling speculation and debate alike. In the shadow of this potential blockbuster, one thing is clear. EMMANUEL CLASE's arrival in Los Angeles has injected a fresh wave of intrigue into an already competitive landscape. While insiders remain tight-lipped, the mere suggestion that he could step in and immediately dominate the ninth inning has sent a jolt through the fan base, leaving everyone wondering how soon we might witness CLASE redefining what it means to finish a game for the Dodgers. As the rumor mill churns, one thing is certain. If these whispers are anything close to reality, Los Angeles could be looking at a late-inning force unlike anything they've seen before. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.